Well, fall on Lake Cumberland is absolutely beautiful. I can't think of a better place to be this time of year. I'm out here fishing with an old friend and a special guest. Look who I got on the boat with me today. I got Tim Farmer.
You called me today and said, hey, I got something open. Because we've been trying to get together for a while.
Yeah.
And you said, tomorrow. I'm like, yeah, I can do that.
You know how that's how it works. When the fish are biting,
and you
gotta
said,
go.
And you said, Lance Sasser, I said, get me on board. We can do that.
We picked you up this morning. It's an early morning. You're probably like, man, I thought I retired and got away from this.
I've died and gone to Kentucky Afield.
It doesn't get any better than this. It's out here at Lake Cumberland. It's beautiful out. And I know you don't like eating striper. You've never talked about it.
No, it's terrible. If you had to buy a striper, say from a fish market, I think a 12-pound striper costs over $200. Now you think about that. This is the best stuff in the world.
It don't get any fresher than this. You know, our limits too, I hope we get some. So Lance, what speed are we traveling at here?
Today we're going from 0.04 to 0.08.
And I see that these things say 50 feet. That's 50 feet out, or is that 50 feet deep?
That's 50 foot out, but I'm going so slow that that's pretty much vertical with 2 and 3 ounce sinkers.
Okay,
Yep.
so we're fishing somewhere between 40 and 50 feet deep?
Yes, and I've got a few that's 60, 65 also.
Okay. Oh, you got a fish on. There you go.
Man, I'm always amazed at how those things pull.
They fight like crazy, don't they?
It's like salt water.
Farmer, when's the last time you caught a striper?
When was the last time I went with you?
The last year you had the show.
So that was when? Has it been that long?
Yeah, it is.
So you haven't had fresh caught striper on the grill?
I've had fresh caught striper. But I haven't caught them myself for a while. There's not too many fish you can catch that just make you tired.
Yeah, just wear you down.
And what were you thinking getting me up at 3:30 this morning? That was just mean.
Well, I thought if you catch a good one, you might actually cook some for me. Oh, look at it.
Look at the tail on that thing. We're a one-arm man out right there. I'm literally tired. We're a man out.
Here's another one. Uh-oh. Here's another one.
Pole's going down, net's full.
There he is. Oh, that's a nice fish. Oh my goodness,
Look
that's a
at
huge fish. That'll make a sandwich. Look at that. I want you to look at what a fish.
Hey, that's why you get up at 3:30 right now.
No kidding. I'd almost get 2:30, Chad, for that. Would you look at that fish?
He wasn't going nowhere.
Just the sheer strength of these fish.
They wear you out.
I don't think I quite got a 33er like you, but
Look what a fish. That's a $219 fish. No, wait a minute, that's more than that.
this fish didn't know he was hooked until he got up here and saw the boat.
Yeah, he saw the boat and didn't like it.
He sure did. Farmer's already put a close to 35-inch fish, 33-inch fish in
48.
the boat.
It's 48.
48-inch fish in the boat.
Dag, that's a big fish. Man, oh
May
man.
have you, Tim.
Look at that, look at the shoulders on that.
Girth on that fish. It's a good one.
I'll tell you what I'm thinking, lemon butter.
Me too.
Now you on bigger fish right now?
Today we are.
Look at that.
So Tim, you said it's the first time you've caught a striper in quite some time, but it's not like you haven't been fishing. You called me, said you're just eat up with fishing, been fishing as much as you can.
You know what? Now that I'm not on the road with Kentucky Afield, because that's, you know, a lot of people don't realize that's a whole lot of road work for you. now.
Oh yeah.
Not so much for me. But you know, with that extra time that I have, since I'm semi-retired, you know, we're doing the cooking show. But you know, we're doing a show a week. It's not like I have to go out on the road like you do and spend hours and hours and hours. We do a show in the kitchen or outside, and when we're done.
Yeah.
So I can go to Montana, Wyoming, went to Yellowstone. We've been to Alabama. I don't know how many times. We're going to the Keys. So fishing is something that's really kind of, I don't know.
Got a rod on.
Right there.
Fish on.
Come here, Tim, you can take it.
Every time you get a hold of one of these guys here, you remember how absolute strong these things are. And if you don't like these things to eat, you don't know how to, you're not cooking them right.
I can remember when stripers first came about, people said, oh, you can't eat those, they're just horrible to eat. And they just didn't really know how to fillet them or how to prepare them, because if you know what you're doing, it doesn't get any better.
You have to cut that red meat out. Now you do have to do that.
You mean netting?
Even a little one. Well, he's not little.
Your eyes are a little skewed this morning.
So you're allowed 2 over 22 inches, 25.5 inches. So that is way over.
Right here. Here.
You know, you've already got your limit.
That's exactly right. The pressure's
The
off.
sun's not even over the hillside there. That's pretty good. Look at that.
We're using alewife herring for bait. I use a 2 3/0 circle hook. I put it right through the nose, just like that. Then we're gonna drop it down. I've got a 3-ounce sinker on a Carolina rig. We're gonna put it about 52 foot.
You know, people ask me from time to time, you know, how often you ever talk to Tim Farmer and how's he doing? What do people ask you when they see you about Kentucky Afield?
Just like they do with you, I'm sure, specific segments.
Yeah.
And they really like the interesting characters we've had on in the past. The folks who you might have rabbit hunted with, and they remember the old guy who told a story about something. And that was a great thing about Kentucky Afield to me. You know, the hunting and fishing is obviously wonderful, but the folks that you meet, as you know,
Yeah, oh yeah.
to me, that's the stories that, and you remember those names in the past. Lance will remember Randall Gibson. Man, if you went out with Randall, you got some stories to tell. But just so many cool stories to tell. Old timers, you know, squirrel hunting, coon hunting, things like that.
Yeah. Well, people ask me a lot, what do you like about the job? It's such a great job. And for me, it's learning the things that I had never experienced. I mean, I was an avid outdoors person, but there's still things that I get to do that I probably would have never done had it not been for the TV show. I didn't do a lot of turkey hunting. Turkey hunting happens right at the time of year in the spring where I usually am on the front of the boat, and I did very little turkey hunting. But
So what's your take on turkey? Are you addicted now?
I absolutely love turkey hunting. It comes right after you've been cooped up in wintertime and
The world
everything.
comes alive.
The world comes alive during turkey season. I mean, you go from everything looking like the dead of winter right there in April, and by the end of turkey season, all the leaves are out on the trees.
Right there, right there.
This one right here?
Right there, yep.
Big Chad.
Oh, this one's way out there. This one was at the dam. It doesn't get any better than this. Feel that strength of that fish pulling?
Man, oh man. Look like a big old tail coming up back
Look at
there.
that rod vent. Every time I go to crank, it just eats and drags, so I'm having to work him a little bit.
Let me speed the boat up so it's 5 starter.
Said you need my belt strap?
I might need your contraption there. Well, Lance, I hope you're ready to start reeling in some fish. Because with the 2 fish limit, it doesn't take long this morning.
Sometimes. He was just mean. He's about like Tim's last.
He is about like Tim's last one, isn't he?
That's a $157 fish.
There we go.
What that fish weigh, man?
This one probably 8.
What is the average size? What do you normally catch?
This is the average striper we catch in Lake Cumberland.
What's some of the biggest ones you've ever seen caught down here?
The biggest one we put in the boat's 48 pound.
48 pounds.
Yeah.
And you said that's about 8 pounds?
That's about 8.
And that one is going to be long enough, you think?
Oh yeah, easy. Yep.
Okay.
25 and a half.
20.
Almost 26.
Isn't that funny? Those first 2 fish and then the second
The
2
first
fish?
2 fish are almost the exact same size. Second 2 fish, almost exactly the same size. They school by size, don't they?
They do. Yeah. they mix and mingle some, but they do
Yeah.
tend to be the same size.
Well, Lance, you're up.
Me?
You are up.
I ain't caught one and I don't know when.
You know, we let you come out here and obviously you're the guest today. We had to have you catch the first fish, and 5-10 minutes, you've got your 2 fish. I'm not gonna let these things hit the freezer. Mine's going straight on the grill.
Well, you know what? Maybe we'll have to have you over and show you our special recipe. From way back on Kentucky Afield, I mean way back in the 90s, I thought it was important to show if you're gonna take a deer and you're gonna eat it, why not make it restaurant grade food? And that's something we tried to do the whole time. It was to really utilize this meat in the best way, shape, form possible. Still not quite hot enough for me, so. Jalapeno juice. For an 8-ounce piece of striper with the skin on, it's 24 bucks. That's before they serve it in a restaurant. So I'm gonna make you a $24 piece of fish. How about that?
Hey, you know, you didn't have to think real long when I said, hey, I think we can go catch some stripers, that you were in. I don't have to think real long about coming and eating a chunk of striper. I'm in.
Let's get her done, dude. Well, thanks for having me out, and thanks, Lance. And
Thank you. It was a lot of fun.
see you in the woods or on the water. How about that?
That's right. That's a good plan.
Thank the good Lord too.
There
Amen.
you go. Here we go. Lance, this is you, buddy.
Get him, Lance. Get him, Lance. Come on, Lance.